Hello, my friends. How's everyone doing today? This is Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. I hope you're doing well. I'm here today to show you progress on my next journals. So I showed you the other day. I'm not sure what day this video here will be published, but in the past few 3 to 5 videos, I showed you my Halloween stash. And so, yeah, I sorted through all that stuff and organized it better and put it back in that bin, which I have right here. And so, like, every time I start a new project, I reorganize what I call my project cart. And that's my rolling cart, and I have everything in it. I'll have to show it to you again sometime. Maybe after this video, I'll do a walkthrough of it, how I have it so that I don't have a big giant mess here on my table. I can keep everything out that I want to keep out, but keep it organized in my rolling cart so it's at my fingertips, but not right here like in a big giant mess. So let me show you where I'm at, because I had some fun. Well, it was this past weekend, in case, I don't know when, like I said, when this video will be published, but I worked on some covers of the things that I showed you that would be covers. So I worked on these. These were the pillow covers. And if you saw that video, it's in, let's see, that video will be in my junk journal playlist. So I'll link my junk journal playlist below if you want to go back and see that if you haven't. But here it is, as far as I cut off, there was a band of fabric around here where it had buttonholes where you would button this onto a pillow so that you could change the theme of your pillows for your living room or family room, wherever you might keep these pillows. And this was the Halloween one, apparently. I picked it up at a thrift store. I get a really, I mean, you do have like jack-o'-lanterns here, like so pumpkins with faces and bats. But I get, you know, a Halloween and fall vibe from this, because it's not like, I don't know, I don't feel like it's a really super Halloween-y. I feel like it's both. So anyway, here it is as far as that goes. I pinking sheared cut with pinking shears that fabric off, and I left a little bit here, as you can see, because there's stitching here from myself and from the original pillow. There's some like red stitching right here. That was from the original pillow cover, and I didn't want to cut through that, so I just cut this side of that and just left that little border. And then, so I had that, and then I went through the fabric that I showed you from my Halloween and fall stash in that one storage container that I showed you. But I went through there and found the fabrics I wanted to use for the inside of these. So, you know, I already did that. The inside is a Amazon envelope. I like the feel of it. So all of these have the, you know, an Amazon envelope inside, so kind of cushy. And so, you know, it's not real super cushy or anything, but it's a little cushy, and you can, if you want to hear it, you could move it around like that. And it's very flexible, things like that. So then I sewed those two together with some zigzag stitching around, and so that's where these are at. I don't know why, I just got kind of I kind of got into cover mode, journal cover mode, and I just did all of the 5 covers in one, one night and one morning it took me to get them all done. So this is this one, and that's the inside of that one. Oh, I have one signature, you know, these are going to be one signature, so I have the signature cover in each one with a pocket there, so I've got that one page in each one so far. So here's this one. This is what they'll look like, you know, after I folded them in half. They looked really cute with this on the front and this on the back. They all look the same. So then I have, on the inside of this one, I have this fabric. So you can see it's kind of a fall vibe once you get inside. There's my signature cover. Here's this one. And the fabric in this one. And the signature cover. So that's where I'm at so far. Let me show you the other 2 covers. I did the books too. So these were a lot of fun too. Really a lot of fun, because I went through my first, and you know, the first thing I want to do is go look at my fabrics in the other room. So I was like, no, these are fall and Halloween journals. I need to look at my Halloween fabric. And I'm so glad I did because these turned out so perfect, and I will show you what I'm talking about. So here's the Spiderwick Chronicles book, which I showed you the cover, and I said this looks kind of, kind of creepy. So, and it's Spiderwick. So I don't know. I just got a good Halloween vibe from it. So I went ahead and did this one, and you can see the Spiderwick name or title there is in kind of black color. Her hair looks kind of blackish. Anyway, so I picked out this cat fabric for the spine. I think it goes really well, and I think it's super cute. The little black cats, and they have little bats here too on it. And I added the rickrack, as you can see. So I think that's turned out. I'm just getting a big kick out of it. I think it turned out super cute. Here's the back. Here's this was the barcode, and I put one of my little Temu black cat stickers over that. So, and then here's the inside. It already had this black here, so I left that so far. Haven't done anything else. I might put a pocket or something there. Haven't gotten that far yet, but here's the fabric again, the black cat fabric. And then I added, instead of the black rickrack like on the outside, that would have just blended in so much, so I added something that would, give it a little color here. And so when the signatures are in, you'll see that pretty yellow, it's grosgrain ribbon with black owls on it. So I thought that looked Halloweeny. So super cute, I think, and it's a good little size for an Halloween journal, October daily, whatever you might want to use it for. And you could even use it for fall or just an overall general journal that, is super cute. So that's that cover. So then I got to this one. Again, looking through my fabric, and this I mentioned in my video when I was showing you this book that it looks like there's crows on here. There's one right here, and there's like this is the whole picture that was on the front. I didn't cover up any of it. There's a wing of a crow right there, and I don't know, there's one, looks like it's flying up right there, and there's one up here. So, this looked very Halloween-y to me and kind of creepy with the crows flying around like that. And so what did I find in my Halloween stash but fabric with crows on it? I was like, oh my goodness, that couldn't be more perfect, except that it was stark white. And I thought, wow, that is really white, This has got this beige background here, and it was just so white. So I coffee dyed it. The night before I worked on this, when I went to sleep that night, I had some coffee left in my coffee pot. So I just used that coffee to dye this fabric overnight. I let it sit in that coffee. And in the morning I put it, actually I normally would have hung it out on a clothesline that I have on my deck which has a roof so it won't get wet from rain or anything. But I wasn't patient enough for that morning, so I just wanted to work on this so bad. So I put it in my dryer, and it just took a few minutes to dry. And then I actually ironed it too, because just in case you ever do something like this is like, this fabric I think was from Walmart. It's just a regular fat quarters, but I was kind of surprised at how wrinkly it was after I did have it wadded up though in the coffee, and just kind of stuck it down in there so it'd all be under, as much under the coffee as I could, so it would all get coffee dyed. And anyway, it was kind of wrinkly, so I ironed it. So it came out, of course, really nice when I ironed it. And I added this black rickrack, as you can see. Another little black cat here over the barcode. Yeah, these are vintage books, so anything you see on these is just wear from, wherever they were used before I picked them up at the thrift store. They're all from the thrift store. So this was the paper that was in here. It reminded me of wallpaper, and I know it's not the wallpaper. Of course, it's not the wallpaper in the Haunted Mansion at Disney World, but it reminded me of paper that you might see in the Haunted Mansion at Disney World. It's not. It's probably nothing like this but if I could just picture it there, in the Haunted Mansion. So it's actually really pretty though. And then here is the fabric and the rickrack and everything. So don't you think that? Let me know if you think that turned out so perfect. I really kind of love that. So I've got some paper, coffee dyeing in the other room. I don't even know if I need it because after I went to my oldest paper that I have here in my craft room and started looking for paper I might want to use. It doesn't have to necessarily be Halloweeny, I don't think. I have Halloween paper, but I don't think it would be totally appropriate in these journals. I kind of wanted a more of an eclectic and just the colors, not necessarily pumpkins and, skeletons and all that kind of stuff. I might put some of that in there as a decoration. I probably will, but I kind of wanted the papers to be basic. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting from all of these. Plus, these are 12 inches tall. I'll show you real quick again. I'm just blabbing away, aren't I? I didn't turn on my timer. Hold on. I'm probably in about good 10 minutes in right now. Okay, so anyway, these are 5 1/4 inches wide here approximately, and 10 1/4 inches long. So 12-inch piece of, 12 by 12 piece of paper is going to be pretty perfect. So that's what I looked for. Like I showed you, I already have my signature covers for those. So I pulled out all of this paper. Some of this I coffee dyed, some of this I didn't. So I wanted to look through here and see. I've already got 8 pieces of paper drying in the other room, and I've got about at least that many ready to go. So none of these have been coffee dyed. Okay, so I would want to coffee dye all of these. So I'm going to be working on that. So these are, even if I don't use them in this journal, they'll be ready to go for other journals. I just like to go ahead and do my coffee dyeing and have that ready to go. But these are really, this is kind of what I'm talking about, kind of general overall, colors. Let me see how I can flip through these easy. But something like these, well, those 4 are the same, but see how they're all kind of like can be fall colors. Is that black? I think it is. There's one with postcards on it. Yeah, I think any of these could be in here. The ones I have coffee dyeing in the other room are plaids. I didn't even know I had any more of that scrapbook paper. And I found about, let's see how many, I counted 18 sheets of plaid scrapbook paper. So I was like, well, that's pretty perfect for fall, I would say. So yeah, why not use some of this since it would be perfect, and use some of this up because I've had this bunch right here for a long time. So here's another bunch here. Now I think these are coffee dyed. So let's see. What I want to do is go through here and see what I can use. And you probably recognize some of this because you've probably bought it a long time ago like I did. And maybe you still have some too. So let me know if you recognize this. This is from Walmart. Vintage Treasures. I don't know if they have this one anymore, but it was a good one. And it just, has a general kind of, well, you'll see right here. The suitcases are really cool. So I've already coffee dyed these. Okay, so I thought I did, but I want to kind of make sure. So I think, I like this. I like all of these for fall. So I think, like I said, I didn't want to really go all out pumpkins and skeletons. So if somebody wanted to use this year round and they just like pumpkins, they can. Like I love pumpkins. I would not hesitate to use this all year round. So I probably almost have plenty of paper right here. Oh, this is avocado dyed. So is this one. So these are avocado dyed and coffee dyed. This one too. Oh, this one's not coffee dyed. Okay, this is not coffee dyed. Okay, so now these aren't coffee dyed. Okay, but you can see the paper. This is like wrinkled leather look. The compass. Yeah. I might not use the directional type, but that could be fall music. But after these are after that's coffee dyed, it'll be so cool, that music there. So okay, now I see I'm gonna work on coffee dyeing these because I have plenty of scrapbook paper that I have coffee dyed, but I thought let me look at because I seem to be gravitating toward my newer scrapbook paper and not looking at my old, and I said let me look at my old scrapbook paper because I need to use that too, right? And I knew there was some stuff in there, so I'm going to pull these out, and these have to go in the coffee dye coffee dyeing pile. So all of this, I will be coffee dyeing. Yep, I will get it done. 8, like I said, 8 sheets at a time fit on my table to dry because I do it inside my house. I know I've heard people that do it outside, but I do it inside and on a table that I can, I can do it day and night, and I have a ceiling fan in there that helps me get them dry. Like I can coffee dye them and then they'll be dry in a couple hours with my ceiling fan going. And so yeah, I can do it. I can go through it pretty quickly, not super quickly, 8 at a time. It takes a while. I'm trying to see if I need to cut any off of here, but we're going to start folding these. I guess if they needed to be cut, I already cut them, or maybe they didn't need to be. Oh, this one needs a cut that has a little kind of branding strip, and this one does too. But these do not. I can't figure that out. Did I already cut it off? I don't know, but I don't see it. Okay. Let's cut these. And so I hope you enjoyed the covers. And I don't usually do, I'm probably going to do I didn't know what I was going to do as far as the 1 at a time or all at 5 at one time or the 3, fabric covered ones and then the 2 books. But I seem to be doing the 3, just as a matter of organization type thing, because they're all the same size. I seem to be doing the fabric covered ones first. So what I need to do is what I did with the others. Let's fold these all in half first. So I've got 2 of these. And we'll just see how this goes. I don't know. I don't really plan it out totally. Or at all. I just kind of go with the flow as far as kind of the vibes that I'm getting from the cover and the journal. And you might be thinking, I know that you're thinking, oh, it's so early for October and for Halloween, but I kind of like to get them done ahead of time, be ahead of the game kind of thing, and then I can go ahead and, because I always want to make seasonal journals. So I'd rather go ahead and do them ahead of time, even if it's way ahead of time, and then get back to my normal journals, right? So I don't know, just so and I don't have a lot of time to do things, so yeah, I need to do them ahead of time and not wait till the last minute. Okay, so these can all be cut about right here. I think I made a pocket in the signature cover. I didn't make a pocket here because I don't know, I just didn't, nothing was telling me it wanted to be a pocket here. So far I don't have a pocket there, and I probably won't end up putting a pocket there, but if whoever ends up with these journals can certainly add whatever they want there. If I run across something that would be perfect there, I'll put it in there. But right now, because I was looking for something when I was making the cover, because if I was going to put something there, I kind of would like to, I do the cover and sew it all at one time. So if I would have found something that was perfect, I would have sewn it in when I was sewing the cover all together. But I didn't find anything that was perfect, so I didn't do it. Alright, so let's see. That's about the length. Let's cut these 2. And we'll see how they look in here and go from there. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to my shop too. I'm always adding new things, so if you, I don't know, if you want, I'm not saying if you want something, I'm saying if you like my shop and like the things I put in there, just check it out, because I don't always get to do the video of what I put in there before the thing I put in there is sold. So, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to try to do a video. I was going to do a video on Saturday of an update of some things I put in there, but one thing already sold, so I'm going to do a video and show you what was in there. But yeah, if you like the stuff in my shop, just stay tuned so you can see what I'm putting in there, so you can get it before, you know, it's sold. So, you know, because I don't always get to the video before it's sold. If it just sells right away, I don't know. You know, I can't predict when it's going to sell. So some things are in there for a while and some things sell right away. So either way, it's all good. Okay, we are kind of mass making these pages. I'm cutting a bunch all at one time here. There we go. Bunch of little scraps here. These could be good for making my little sewn strips, even though they're paper. I might sew some of those together. And I have these too, so lots of strips here. So they can be decorations or whatever, but let's see. So we've got one of these suitcase ones, one of these, or two of these, so let's put one over here, and the locks. Okay, so we have, out of this bunch, we have two for what? Each of these get two and one gets one. Okay, so let's see how they fit in here. Maybe like this. We'll put this lighter colored one. It does have a pattern on it, but it's very light but very pretty. And that one's Affogato dyed, and this one has more color. It's got a lot of the fall colors in there, so that's what I'm talking about as far as not all out pumpkin-y and ghosts and stuff like that, but kind of fall colors. I think that's really pretty. And then you can go, whoever gets these can go any way they want, fall or whatever, Halloween. Add the ghosts and the pumpkins. There we go, that's another one. And those pages are fitting in there perfectly. So awesome. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do right now. I just wanted to kind of give you an update on the covers, where I'm at with these. I can't wait till my papers get finished coffee dyeing. And I'm going to go grab some ledger. I think I'll put that in now. Let's see. Yes, my time's probably just about up anyway. I'm not sure because I forgot to start my timer. I'm going to grab some ledger and papers like that, what I call writing papers. So I'm going to go grab some of those, put those in there when my papers, coffee dyeing and drying in there. So I'll talk to you soon. Stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.